Hey YouTube, it's Keith Odyssey, and today I'm going to be doing a quick little review on one of my recent pickups, what happens to be a foundation that I did feature in my recent haul, and that is the Estee Lauder DoubleWear Stay in Place Liquid Foundation. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts after wearing it for a while, and yeah. Okay, so this is the foundation. It comes in this blue Estee Lauder box. It retails for $37. I did pay $37 for it, and I actually purchased mine from Macy's. So this is the Estee Lauder DoubleWear Stay in Place makeup, and what it's said to do is for all skin types, 15-hour staying power, look fresh and flawless through heat, humidity, non-stop activity, won't change color, smudge, or come off on clothes, lightweight and so comfortable you won't believe it's long wear, medium to buildable coverage, won't clog pores, oil controlling, oil free, fragrance free, dermatologist and ophthalmologist tested. And then it goes into the warning. So I picked up this foundation after watching one of Mrs. Diva Like's video where she had the more fuller coverage one. So I went to my local Estee Lauder. I told her I was looking for a foundation. I told her I don't really wear makeup that much. I don't wear foundation on a daily basis, but I wanted something that would give me basically a medium coverage, but still make me look a lot natural. So she recommended me to try the Stay in Place liquid foundation, because at first I was like, oh, I want the one Mrs. Diva Like, which was the one in the tube, and she was like, if you really don't wear makeup that much, then this is going to be like full coverage and it may scare you. So I was like, yeah, I don't want that. So I'm glad I would want this one because it's buildable. You can make it full coverage, or you could, you know, tone it down or leave it as is. So the foundation, it comes in this frosted glass container, and it doesn't come with a pump, which is a downfall, but it doesn't come with a pump. And this is 1 fluid ounce. I purchased this probably like the beginning of July, and I've been using it ever since I purchased it, and I absolutely love this foundation. What really made me super excited about this foundation was the fact that it was fragrance free, it was oil free, dermatologists recommended it, and things like that. You guys do know I suffer from acne, so I was a little bit worried when it came to higher end foundations, because I used to wear MAC, well, I had a MAC foundation, and it just was really bad for my skin. So I was a little bit worried when it came to higher end foundations, because I was just thinking that it's going to be full coverage, it's going to clog my pores and everything like that, but this foundation does not do that. So I'm basically going to just go through everything that they mention that it does and give you guys my opinion on if it does do that. And yeah, so the first thing it says is 15-hour staying power. That part I can't really account for because I've never worn foundation for a long period of time. I believe the longest time I've worn this foundation was about 9 hours, and it still looked good from the moment I put it on to the moment I washed it off. So the fact that it can last for 9 hours and still look good is something good to me. But for it saying 15 hours, I'm not sure, because I've never worn foundation for 15 hours, or I've never worn this foundation for 15 hours. When it says look fresh and flawless through heat, humidity, and non-stop activity, I will say that that is true. Well, you don't look completely flawless, but you do still look good through heat, humidity, non-stop activity. I'm not too sure about because I don't do anything too crazy, but through heat, the foundation still looks good. It doesn't really move around or shift around a lot. So through heat and stuff like that, this foundation is really good. I've been wearing it. It's the summer right now. I've been wearing it in the summer, and I haven't had any issues with wearing it. It doesn't feel too heavy on my face. It's just a really good product, and I will say through heat and stuff, it is a good foundation. Now, when it says won't change color, smudge, or come off on clothes, the won't change color part, I will say, is not true. Well, it depends. When I first went to the Estee Lauder counter, one of the young ladies matched me, and she matched me with a color, I believe it was called Rich Ginger or Rich Amber. I'm not sure, but I'll put it down below, and I'm going to actually add pictures in this video so you guys can see the difference between the first foundation I got from Estee Lauder versus the shade I'm wearing now. So when I first went, she matched me with the color Rich Amber, Rich Ginger, whatever it was. And when I looked in the mirror inside the mall, of course, it looked pretty good. It looked a little bit dark, but it didn't look too dark. It just looked like a really rich brown color. But the moment I stepped outside, my face was super red. It was like hot Cheeto red, just really vibrant Kool-Aid red. So I will say that the won't change color part, when it came to that first foundation I had from them, it did change colors. This foundation, however, I will say it doesn't really change too dramatically. As I wear it, it does morph more into like a slighter darker color, nothing too dramatic, but it does change color slightly. In regards to smudging or coming off on clothes, I have not personally had an issue with that. I haven't noticed it coming off on anything I've worn. When I reach for hugs with people, I haven't noticed any foundation on them or anything like that. So I will say that that part of the foundation is true. Now when it says lightweight and so comfortable, that is definitely true. Even though this is a medium coverage foundation, it honestly doesn't feel like anything is on my face. It's a really lightweight foundation that gives you a really nice coverage, and I only use one pump, or basically one little dot or whatever, all over my face, and I really love the coverage it gives me, and it just feels so light, like nothing's on your face. I have mixed it with one of my moisturizers before to make basically a tinted moisturizer, and it felt like I was just wearing my skin. Well, I wasn't wearing my skin, but it just felt like basically nothing was on my skin. So this claiming to be lightweight and you want me to believe it's on, it's true. Sometimes I actually forget I was wearing foundation and I'll just be touching my face. And I'm like, oh, I gotta stop because I remember I'm wearing foundation. But you honestly do not feel this foundation, or personally, I do not feel like this foundation is heavy. And that was something I also worried about with a higher end foundation, is feeling like it was just too much on my skin, and with this foundation I did not feel like that at all. In regards to it being long wear, medium to buildable coverage, that is true. I have worn this foundation as a light coverage when I made it a tinted moisturizer. Right now I'm basically wearing it as its medium coverage, I would say, because I just used one full pump. And I have tried doing 2 pumps or 2 dots or whatever to give a fuller coverage, and it did give me a full coverage, but personally I just do not like full coverage on myself. Maybe because I don't know how to do makeup that good and it just looked cakey to me. But I have worn it in it, or I have tried to do a fuller coverage by adding an extra layer of foundation, and it does give you a full coverage look. But in my opinion, it was just too much. So yeah, you can build this foundation up, or you can also build it down. Now in regards to won't clog pores, oil controlling, and everything like that, that is so true. Like I said, I keep saying, I do have acne. I have very, very sensitive skin. Anything will break me out. I have sensitive skin, and I have not noticed any new breakouts since wearing this foundation. And I have noticed actually that my foundation or my face isn't as oily as it usually is when I wear my other foundations, or even when I just wear no makeup at all. When I wear this foundation, my face is not as oily as it normally is. Fragrance free. It is fragrance free, but it does have that slight foundation smell to it. It doesn't have like a strong scent, but it does have a slight foundation smell to it. So I think I basically covered everything that's on the back and gave you guys my opinion on it. Overall, I truly do love this foundation. I think everyone should give it a try. It's a really, really nice foundation. It's great coverage, and it's definitely good for those who suffer from acne like myself. It is $37, but I think it's well worth it because it's just a really amazing foundation, as well as the fact that they have a wide array of colors. I believe they have like 30 plus shades, so you definitely will be able to find a good match for you, or a close match, or even a nice shade to mix together. $37 is a lot for me. You guys know I'm really cheap, and this was a big purchase for me, in my opinion. I know $37 to some people is not a lot, but when it comes to foundation, that was a lot for me because I'm just used to buying my drugstore foundations and stuff like that. That's just what I've been wearing as of recently. But I'm definitely glad that Mrs. Diva Light made that video. I'm definitely glad that she spoke about this, and I'm definitely glad that I gave it a try, because I will not be going back to any other foundation. This is it, and I absolutely love this foundation. I absolutely love it. I've been getting so many compliments, not only in pictures but also in real life. People have been asking me, what am I doing to my skin, what am I wearing, and it is this. Well, of course my skincare regimen is a little bit better now, but this foundation is definitely helping and giving me that nice made up flawless look. And I have been wearing foundation basically like an hour right now, and no oils are really seeping through. Usually when I wear this foundation, I usually don't set it. Actually majority of the time I do not set it, but today I decided to set it just to see how it looks. So we'll see how it turns out, but majority of the time I do not set this foundation, and it does really good. I get a little bit of oil shine through the day, but it's nothing too dramatic, so you can go without setting this foundation, but of course everyone recommends setting the foundation. And to apply it, I will be doing a demo at the end of this video, but to apply it I either use my Beauty Blender sponge, or I use my Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques. Both of those products are by Real Techniques. And when I did the tinted moisturizer, I used my hands. So those are the 3 methods I use to apply this foundation, but majority of the time I use my Expert Face Brush to apply this foundation. So these are pretty much my thoughts. I hope this video isn't too long. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys do give it a try. If you've tried this foundation, please let me know your opinion on it, and if there's any other Estee Lauder products that you recommend. And yeah, I will also be inserting a clip at the end of how this foundation looks outside, because I'm not too sure if my camera, or even just the way my lights are set up or the window is set up, if I'm really showing off the natural color or the true color. I believe this is a really good match for me. And again, I have it in the shade 5W2, which is rich caramel. And yeah, I will insert a clip of how it looks outside so you guys can get a better gist. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Please continue to subscribe, comment, rate, and thank you for watching. Bye guys. So the demo is going to be in a second video because this video was too long, but this is how the original foundation I was matched for looked. It was Amber Honey, and this is the difference between my original foundation and the one I have now showing this video, which is Rich Camera. So the difference in the darker color versus the foundation I have now.